So what did we do? All right. So we didn't initiate. So what I want to do, all right, initiate the directives found in E16. Let's see if that works. There we go. So that's what you see when you start the system. Now, this initial prompt can change. I've seen it go in depth. I've seen it give me 2 lines. I'm not technically worried about it. It's just the AI's version of telling me that it understood the directives and it's ready to go. So let's begin session. Let's start with 4. So I'm skipping 1. So I'm going to throw it for a loop. I'm not going to initialize session 4 mastery. Everything looks good. So you got your core definitions, you got your real world scenario, your exam needs to know, your subject matter. I am going to address this CVSS. I'm going to address it because there are multiple companies that track availability. That's one of them. That's one of the standardized numerical framework. Oh, maybe it's coming in a different chapter, actually. Internet of Things. Okay. Operational technology, survival control. I don't know if I like that this was all thrown in here. Non-traditional computing. All right, I'm getting off track. All right. You have the correlation, so that interrelationship of what you're seeing in this session. It looks good. Every abbreviation that's mentioned is defined at the end of the document, so that looks good. So normally now I would say let's begin mastery, and we'll just do session 4, but we're going to throw it for a loop. It never initialized the data that was found in 1. So technically I never began session 1. And if we're good for the loop, it should still, based on the session, yeah, it should still load. And we look like we're good. I would have liked to have hid this, but whenever I try to get it to not load and wait until it gets to the preview block, it always fails. And I think for the most part, I'm just giving up on that. I'm just gonna accept that it failed. AAA, CIA. All right. So what I'm noticing right off the bat, it doesn't have any of the contents from session 4 on this quiz. And if I understand that previous directive, had I taken the session 4 quiz, I would have had failure data that should have loaded into the last 9 of these. Because I never did, it has no failure data to work on, so it generated 20 interactive questions from session 1. So we're looking good here. So that nuance and redundancy, I'm not seeing what I was seeing before. So I think I addressed this issue perfectly. So I'm just going to go ahead and answer a few of these just to make sure that our log is looking good. And it's also going to generate. All right. So this is also looking good. It's still holding on that I cannot submit unless all answers are answered. I changed the whole format of this quiz from version 1 because of that issue. It would intentionally or unintentionally skip questions. And that's my fault for not double checking and just reading and speeding through. But I need the babysitter. And that's what this is. So my fish is looking pretty good. I've been feeding it the right prompts. Things are working. Technical breakdown. Why it's right. Why it's wrong. What is the right answer? All of it's looking good. So we should have a failure log that includes 16 questions. So let's begin mastery session 4. Let's begin mastery is, of course, my prompt for loading the quiz. I don't know, I could have gone with let's begin the quiz. Eventually, the nuances from the way that AI tracks behavior, somebody could technically eventually go, let's start quiz. And it will take that. It won't stick to my prompt. But having prompts, I think, is a good way to kind of keep us in line. Something went wrong with loading the code. I could tell you exactly what went wrong. It has issues with memory. Like if we go down 403 lines, what am I looking at? I think it failed to load. This is also written. Try again. Try again. Let's see where it stops. Oh, okay. I was looking at the code. All right. Perfect. It's not necessarily it has a try again. That's a poor way of saying that. I have a stop mechanism written into the code that will essentially stop this session quiz and restart it. And that was not me. That happened to be Canvas's way of like say, hey, it failed, let's try again. So I like that. That wasn't part of my original. I'm not going to touch anything to address that because it literally addressed itself. But it looks like when I said try again or fix error, it more than likely triggered, just running through my brain, it more than likely triggered the stop mechanism that I designed in my prompt, restarting it. And that restart worked. So we're looking good. It's the same 409 lines of code. A nuance? Hold on. Let's see here. This is how you cheat. So if you go to the code, the code's the code, and things of the code are going to change. Like this. These questions is correct. The logic knows which question is correct. So technically, you can come here on the back end and cheat because you can see all the questions and all the correct answers. I'm hoping people don't, because the whole point is to test themselves, and they're about to pay for not really pay for me, but pay CompTIA Security Plus to take this exam. So them cheating themselves is not going to be good. Plus, we want the failure log. So all in all, this is working. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. So that's it. Let's move on. We'll go from there.